What's up, guys? Andrew Goldfarb here from IGN. I'm here once again with Ken Levine, creative director on BioShock Infinite. How are you doing, Ken?
Hey, Andrew. Good to see you.
And we're here kind of as you first arrive in Columbia proper. This is when you've just woken up, just gotten to the city. You got these 3 statues here. Can you kind of tell us what we're seeing?
Yeah, you know, these are the founding fathers of the United States have sort of become religious figures to the people of Columbia, their version of Christianity. And in their sort of view of the world, the angel Columbia was sent down to Earth to hand these sort of golden symbols to each of the founding fathers. One is the symbol, the scroll here, the symbol of law, to Thomas Jefferson, and the symbol of might, military might, the sword, to George Washington, who they call Father Washington. And the key, which is, for those who've read their American history, his experiments with lightning involved, Franklin's experiments with lightning involved the key, and so science and industry was given to Ben Franklin. And with those tools, in their mythology, with their tools, they helped create the United States of America.
And I guess the basic idea here is that this is essentially a religion to the people of Columbia, correct? Like this is something that these are kind of they are the founding fathers of America, but they're also sort of the founding fathers of this religion of the people here.
Yes, yeah, you know, in their view, America went off mission after the Civil War, and it needed to be reestablished. And and this guy Comstock led the people away to the city, this floating city of Columbia, and sort of reestablished the America that should have been. Not because he wasn't happy with the America what America had evolved into.
And this is kind of your first look at Columbia proper, I guess I should say.
Some of my favorite scenes in the game is really sort of get a sense of what the floating city is like, and a kind of sense of vertigo and everything moving. But it's also a look back into the past. You know, it's like a street scene from the turn of the century, and mixing those things together, I think, was one of our goals. And I'm really happy with how this thing ended up, and have all this stuff be, real 3D stuff floating around. It's just great, especially working on the current generation of consoles to get all this going. You can overhear all these little dialogues between people, and just get a sense of what life is like in the city. It's something you never really got in BioShock 1.
I mean, did you feel a lot of pressure kind of for that first moment? Because the actual descent into Rapture is so iconic and so well known.
I felt that, not really pressure, I felt a sort of creative requirement would be to sell this city. And if we didn't do it here, it'd be very difficult to do it somewhere else. You only get one chance at selling it. And we had sort of a fly-in that you saw, when you played the game, but that's really just, that's a semi-interactive sequence where we really wanted just to put you in the middle of everything. This building just flies in, and lo and behold, guess what? It's like every other BioShock room. You can walk in, there are characters, you can explore things, you can pick stuff up.
This is kind of the new version of audio diaries.
Yep, you have the voxophones, and it's a Father Comstock speech, and and so we really, all these things kind of work together, and just get a sense of the beauty of this place, and this evocative lighting and evocative colors.
I find this statue so interesting. I think it says a lot about Comstock, how much bigger his statue seems to be than even the founding fathers.
Yeah, well, he is the man. Father Comstock is the man. He's the mortal inheritor of the founding fathers' mission. And just get to go down the street, and you just hear all these people talking,
and it's so just calm. I mean, it's so bright. This is such a different introduction to a city than what we saw, in Rapture.
This is one of my favorite moments in the game, because to just create a sense of feeling of life, and it's told not through one detail. It's not even told. It's shown. All the details that we're able to get in, and this feeling of life. And we had so many bits of exposition to do. Like what is the background of the city, and finding all these ways to do it. These floats, the characters talking, everything. They all work together to sort of tell a larger story. But nothing works better to tell the story of the city than just the color space and the visuals and the feeling of it and the sounds. The details are less important, but I think that just to get the feel of it, just by looking at it, was one of the most important things to get right, and that took a long time.
And as you move ahead here, this will bring us into the fair, I believe.
Yo, yeah, we're heading towards this raffle and fair, and you keep seeing signs for it. But there's all these sort of little detours you can take into little shops. You know, over here, more people talking, and there's just tons of little stores and stuff going on in there. There's a little honor system in that store. You see that guy interacting with it. And I don't have the soundtrack going here, but I think you're probably starting to hear there we go, this barbershop quartet come in, and they're singing a song together. A little audience is formed, and you know, to me, that's really said the period. You know, sort of these men singing a barbershop quartet. There's a moment in there's a musical called The Music Man, which inspired me, which set in this period. There's a barbershop quartet there, and they're singing a song which some people might recognize there.
I mean, can you say anything about the fact that this song is, I believe it's a Beach Boys song, correct? It's,
I will say that's about what I can say. Yes, it is a Beach Boys song, and yes, I am aware the Beach Boys didn't write it till the 60s.
Very interesting stuff. Well, cool. We're kind of beginning our descent further into Colombia here, but you know, I think Ken will kind of let people experience some of this stuff for themselves. But I do appreciate you taking the time today.
Great.
And for everything else about BioShock Infinite, keep it locked to IGN.com.
Whatever you do, do not pick number 77.